Welcome back, everybody. I am Denver Gamer, and today I'm going to show you how to use ModMii to mod your Nintendo Wii. It's incredible. It's amazing. Let's get cracking. So why use ModMii? ModMii is a one-stop shop with a ton of tools to mod any Wii. It creates custom guides depending on what you want to do with your Wii, and you can soft mod your Wii offline. It helps you with USB Loader GX, as well as create NANDs. It's really an incredible program or set of programs. And once you've used it, it's very simple to use. I can't recommend ModMii enough. So, what do you need to get started? Well, obviously you're gonna need your Nintendo Wii, also a computer. You're gonna need an SD card, and most SD cards should work, provided that they are formatted to the FAT32 file system. I prefer the SanDisk Ultra 32GB SDHC SD card. However, you can actually use much bigger SD cards, which I cover in another video in the Wii modding playlist over on my channel, so check it out. You also might need an SD card reader if your computer does not support it, and if you want to go all out, which I highly recommend, go ahead and pick yourself up an external hard drive. I recommend a Seagate 2TB. It's reasonably priced versus some of the generic brands out there, but you can choose. I've never had a problem with Seagate. Let's head over to the Wii. There's a couple things to do before we get started with ModMii. If you got your Wii from a garage sale or something and it's not your personal Wii, I would recommend just going ahead and formatting it to factory settings. I will put a link in the top right-hand corner of this video to another video showing you how to factory reset your Wii. Let's change a couple things. Select the Wii Options button, go into Wii Settings. You will notice here I have my console on the latest update, that's 4.3. U is for the region, USA, but you should have it on your respective region. We'll cover that a little later. And the first thing we want to do is click on Calendar and make sure that the date and time are correct. Go back out, go over one page, and select Internet. Go into console information and take a picture of your MAC address with your phone or write it down. The method I'm showing you today with Willbrand requires a MAC address. There are other methods in ModMii, but this is the method I'm showing you today. Besides those three things, we are ready to rock. Let's jump over to the computer and get started with the ModMii program. All right, go to the first link in the description and that will take you to the ModMii homepage. There's a lot of information on here that is worth reading. What is ModMii? What can ModMii do? It actually has a lot of features we're not going to cover in this video, and we will cover in future videos. How to use it. We'll get to the download in a second. There is a help guide, a Discord, credits. You can donate. I recommend donating. I donated myself, so don't be stingy. This is a great little video to watch right here that gives an introduction to ModMii. And I think the biggest question you'll see pop up is it safe? Now, Google actually blocked the download, and my antivirus software also had a false positive. And this program is packed with a bunch of executables. They rewrite their own files, making a custom package to put onto your Wii, depending on what internal operating system you have, what region your Wii is in, stuff like that. And I think it has the antivirus software and things like Google Chrome, they don't like it. So I did have to whitelist that, but it is perfectly safe. Right down here in the download, there is an English version. I always prefer portable so I can move the file folder around. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to save that to my desktop. Cut over to my desktop and you can see I have the zip file downloaded, and now I'm going to extract it. I use WinRAR, 7-zip, anything that you have that unzips a zip file. Go ahead and unzip that to wherever you'd like, but I'll keep it on my desktop. I will then delete the zip file. I do not need that anymore, and let's open up the folder and see what we got. All right, you got ModMii Skin, and this one's actually ModMii Classic. But today we're just going to focus on ModMii Skin. It's got a much cleaner user interface, a lot more beginner friendly. So let's go ahead and double click and run the executable. Now here it's going to come up and say, if you can't follow the instructions, you have no business modding anything. Always read the written guide but type in "I agree" and then hit next. Okay, let's get into these questions. We are modding a brand new Wii today, so select the first option, ModMii Wizard, and hit next. Is this your first time soft modding this Wii? It is yes. The other things that we're going to update later on, those are different videos for a different time, so hit next. What is your current system menu? I recommend being on 4.3. If you haven't updated it, update it. Next. What is your region? I am in the USA. This will be the sticker label on your Wii. It's actually possible for people to region change their Wiis. So always check your sticker right here if you are not sure. What exploit would you like to use? Willbrand. This is basically a letter bomb, but you can do it offline. You don't need the internet for it. Enter in your MAC address. You can do it with no dashes, that's fine. Just put in your MAC address that you took a picture of earlier or wrote down. What is your desired menu? Go with the recommended 4.3. Do you need any of these channels reinstalled? We can do that another time if you really want to do these channels, but I don't need them. We're going to hit next. Custom Wii themes. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to have a whole video on how to do custom themes on your Wii. So we're going to go with the old boring system menu and hit next. Do you want to set up USB loader now? Absolutely. You might as well do it now. Which loader to use? Absolutely go with this recommended one. This one blows the others away. Hit next. I save my USB loaders to my hard drive. You run out of room on the SD cards, and hard drives just seem to run a little better in my experience. Now it's going to ask you where to save these two folders. Copy to your SD card, copy to USB. It automatically chooses the ModMii folder anyway, so that's where I'll save them. I'll hit finish. Now watch this thing work. I do want to pause a second. If you get this Windows script error, just ignore it, hit OK. The new beta from XFlack has this fixed. It's not a big deal, just hit OK. And right there, a guide, a custom guide will pop up for you, depending on the options you've picked. It is incredible. So right now, I'm just going to fast forward this. If you notice on the right, my Acronis antivirus software was going off. And I will show you here, I opened up what files it was changing just to show you guys. It's just rewriting the files in the ModMii folder. It's building a custom soft mod for your Wii. So I'm going to reach out to Acronis and tell them that they can whitelist the software. There's nothing wrong with this. But it kept going off like crazy. And I never asked for this software to be on my computer. It came with my PC, pre-installed. So there you go. ModMii has finished building your soft mod, the whole package. Go ahead and click finish and exit out of ModMii. Okay, so I was left with two folders, copy to SD and copy to USB. Go ahead and open the copy to SD folder and copy that to the root of your FAT32 SD card. I did go ahead and format my external hard drive to FAT32. I have a link in the video description on how to do that, and also an info card on the top right of this video should pop up for you. I recommend just doing FAT32 for the whole hard drive. You could do different partitions, but for GameCube games, you'll need FAT32. And you can also do your Wii games in a format that they work just fine on FAT32. So I do the whole hard drive in FAT32, no big deal. Go ahead and copy the contents of the copy to USB folder to the root of your external hard drive. So what did we get? In the SD folder, we've got some apps we'll be playing with today and some WAD files we'll be installing. We've got the BootMii program and everything to install the Homebrew channel. Over in the copy to USB folder, we have got the tools necessary to set up USB Loader GX, which will get its own video after this one. So let's head over to the Wii and mod it. Okay, let's cut the music. I'm sure you're tired of that. So, step 1, we're going to install the Homebrew channel. Insert your SD card into your Wii. Then click the Wii message board envelope on the lower right-hand side of the screen. Press A. Press the minus button and go back to yesterday, and you will see a little green envelope with a bomb on it. Hover over that and press A. You're going to get this screen that says if you paid for the software, you were scammed. This hangs for about 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to cut forward. The number 1 button will pop up, so hit 1 on your controller. And here we're going to install the Homebrew channel and BootMii. Press A to continue. Scroll up to install the Homebrew channel, press A. Scroll up to yes to continue, press A. And it will quickly install the Homebrew channel. We have a success, press A to continue. Go down to BootMii, press A again, and install BootMii as an iOS. If you have the option to install it as a Boot 2, that means you have a pretty old Wii, and install the Boot 2 as well. It'll ask you a couple times if an SD card is inserted, and if you would like to continue, press yes to both of those. When you're done, continue again. Scroll down and exit out to the main menu. That's it. You now have the Homebrew channel on your Wii. And here it is. It is now inside the Homebrew channel. All these little bars you see here are actually the apps that we're going to be using. Each one of these bars is an app. So the next step, step 2, is we're going to launch BootMii, and we're going to back up the NAND of your Wii, NAND. That's basically the flash memory. We're going to take a snapshot of that and put it on the SD card as a safe backup in case you ever have any problems in the future. Press the home button on your Wiimote, and that will take you to another menu. And you're going to select Launch BootMii. And side note, if your cursor is off screen, you can just use the D-pad on your Wiimote, or you can just hover over and press A. Okay, so this is an interesting menu. Your Wiimote no longer works. Now, if you have a GameCube controller, you can plug it into your Wii in the first port, and you can use that. Or you can press the power button directly on your Wii to cycle through the options and use the reset button to select that option. So press the power button 3 times to go to the end of the row to a second menu. Press reset to select that menu. Then hit the reset button 1 more time on that little green arrow icon, and that is going to back up the NAND. What you see here is it backing up every block in the flash memory, and you will see these little black blocks pop up every now and then, and that says a bad block, but I've actually never had a bad block happen. It'll go back through and verify the data, and it will turn those green. I'm going to fast forward this. This takes about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Verify succeeded. Press any button to exit. Navigate to go to the previous menu, and then navigate to the Homebrew channel. Next step, we're going to install PriiLoader. This is anti-brick protection in case you brick or freeze up or break your Wii. Scroll to the PriiLoader installer and hit A, then select Load. It says, please wait while we initialize, so just wait a second. Then press the plus button on your Wiimote, and that's literally all it is to install PriiLoader. Press A to exit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into PriiLoader, so select PriiLoader Launcher, and we're going to change some settings, which is going to make your experience on the Wii a little bit better. This is the PriiLoader menu. Today we're only going to change some system menu hacks. Scroll down to System Menu Hacks and press A. We are going to change the following options. Enable block disk updates, block online updates, Wii M5 patch version 4, 480p graphics fix in the system menu, remove no copy save file protection, region free everything, my favorite. That enables you to play games from all over the world. Remove deflicker. Then go down to Save Settings, hit A to save, and you're done. Press the B or trigger to go back. Scroll back up, and we're going to go back to the Homebrew channel. We have one more thing to do. Last step. We're going to go into YAWM, yet another WAD manager, ModMii Edition. We're going to install these things called WADs. They can be channels, they can be updates, they can be many different things, DLC for games. In this case, we are patching the internal operating systems with custom internal operating systems, CIOSs. Anyway, press A to continue. I'm up late doing this video. I hope my voice isn't putting you to sleep. I need some coffee. Christ's sake. Now remember that WAD folder on your SD card? Well, this is going to automatically go there. So in the future, if you have a WAD that you want to install, put it in the WAD folder on your SD card, and this will automatically detect it. Otherwise, you're going to have to navigate around and find it on the SD card, okay? Just a side note. To select all 44 of these WADs, scroll down to the first one, hold the plus button for 2 seconds, and that will select all of them. Press A, and it's basically going to double check and say, "Are you sure?" and hit A again. Now, I know I mentioned 44 WADs. That's this case. Depending on what you do with ModMii, it could be a different amount of WADs, but it's patching all these different things in the Wii system. It's pretty fascinating what these guys have figured out over the years. These guys are all legends, and I am so appreciative of the work they've done in pro bono, by the way. Let's fast forward through this, and we're going to wrap this up. All right, guys, as this finishes, just press B multiple times to go all the way out, and then press the home button, and that will take you to the Homebrew channel. Press the home button just one more time, and exit to system menu. And we're back. You can see your link to the Homebrew channel right there. And in upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how to set up USB Loader GX. We're going to do custom menus. We're going to set up NAND. We are going to put together a kick-ass guide for your Nintendo Wii. So stay tuned. If you want to look at other applications, I got a bunch of Wii modding videos over on my channel in the Wii modding playlist. Some of them are old. I am trying to update them as quick as I can and really get back in the saddle here, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video, help each other out in the comment section. Reach out to me through some of my outlets. They're all listed in the video description. I'd love to get to know you guys. I'll see ya next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to connect outside of YouTube, I do have a Twitter where I post video game stuff and top 10 lists, as well as an Instagram where you can see my collection and pickups. I also have a TikTok. You can see Groot, Rocket, and Gamora, my Great Danes, and shorter videos. And I also have a Facebook page you can follow as well. So I look forward to connecting with you.